guys and girls, welcome back to the Golfmagic YouTube channel. Now, you're joining me today at Manning's Heath Golf and Wine Estate, and it's a bit windy, it's a bit wet, there's thunder, there's lightning, there's everything, but we're going to light it up today with a budget versus premium driver challenge. Now, if you didn't see by the title, I've got the TaylorMade SIM2 against the MacGregor V-Foil Speed. So a driver with two drivers with a lot of budget difference. As you can see, I've put the prices of both of them here right now, and you can see, yeah, there's a big difference. And I've hit them actually quite a lot now already. I'm now on the first hole. I'm going to hit a few of them on the course. But first, let's talk about how I've got on with them on the range and also at the swing suite at Crowhurst Golf Club. So I got a lot of data, and also I got a good feel of how these both perform. First up, let's just talk about the feel of both two golf clubs, because there is quite a big difference, and I noticed it literally instantly. And it mainly is just with that feel and the impact noise. The impact noise of the MacGregor V-Foil isn't bad, but it's loud, it's significant, it's notable, and it doesn't feel as smooth as the actual TaylorMade SIM2. That's not a problem, but I would say that TaylorMade SIM2 does feel a little bit nicer. Now, that's just the feel part of it, but it's not that different. They both do actually feel like premium drivers. The MacGregor doesn't feel like it's £300 or so cheaper than the actual SIM2. When you have a look at both golf clubs, I think that's when you can actually tell a little bit. The SIM2 is more modern. It is, you can see it does look a little bit more premium. But the MacGregor V-Foil, I actually really like the look of it. I really like the yellow on the crown of the club. It's like it's got turbulators like the Ping G425, but it's like aggressive turbulators. It looks like you can hit it a long, long way. But it does seem like it is a beginner's golf club. It's someone who wants to just get into the game. And from my first impressions, from when I'm hitting it on the range here at Manning's Heath, it's exactly that. It does perform very well. You can see it's got quite a high launch, it's got quite a high spin. Although the sound isn't the best, it still went quite a long way. So that's why I'm on the course, to see actually how far I can do it actually in round. When I hit it at the swing suite at Crowhurst Golf Club, just to get some data, let's put the data up on the screen for both golf clubs now. And as you can see, there is a significant difference here, and that's more because I think the MacGregor is targeted towards those higher handicap golfers maybe. It's got higher launch, it's got higher spin, and because of that, it is about 10 yards shorter. The dispersion, I couldn't really tell, and that's why I'm here to see the actual main difference, but it's not that bad of a club really. I know the data is worse technically, but for £300 cheaper, for a beginner starter driver, it does pretty well. Still gets over 280 yards, still gets some decent numbers, and I felt pretty comfortable behind the ball because it does look like quite a nice golf club. But how will it compare on the course? Because course is always a different kettle of fish. That's why I'm here at Manning's Heath. I'm going to hit drivers off a lot of holes. I'm fighting the left today, I can already tell, but let's hit it, let's see how I get on, and see if there's a massive difference between these two drivers with very different price tags. Let's see. You can see my first ball just here in the rough, little left as I said. But then let's go to my second ball, because if I can just show you if I can even find it, there it is. It's about 10 yards or so ahead of it. But how big of a deal is that? So, last hole of the day. I've got a lot to say about these two drivers, but this is the last chance for the SIM2 and the MacGregor to impress me. I'm not sure what's going to happen. So, that's it for the driver testing here at Manning's Heath. The heavens have opened. The wheels fell off a little bit on the last hole. There's some good and there's some bad that I want to talk about. If you can see me, let's head over back home and talk about my final verdict for these two drivers. So guys, as you can see, I am back home now, and I'm not being spoiled by the British weather, because that was pretty atrocious. But I've had a lot of time now to kind of digest the two drivers and really kind of give a final opinion as to what I would choose. Now, for me, being the better player, I need something that I know is adjustable, that I know will perform, and that will always be the TaylorMade SIM2 driver. It's the best driver of 2021 for me, and I think it's going to be very difficult to top it. You're watching this thinking there's obviously a very clear winner here, it's the TaylorMade SIM2. Well yes, it wins in the data, and when I was out on the course, the dispersion and just the overall feel for it, it was a better driver. But the MacGregor surprised me in a lot of ways, and it actually performed a lot better than I thought it was. At a price bracket of around £250 cheaper, what are you getting? What £250 are you getting extra with the TaylorMade SIM2? You saw the data, I was getting about 15 yards further, but the overall performance for looks, for feel, is it worth £250 more? I think it depends on the player. If you're a beginner looking at those premium drivers, those Cobra, those Callaway, those TaylorMade drivers at £400, and you're a bit wary of getting those ones because it's such an investment, there are alternatives, and from this review I can easily see that the MacGregor is a very good alternative for that budget driver. Because I'm still getting decent yardage, I'm still getting 280 yards, and for the price I think that's really good. It's an enjoyable driver to use, it looks great as you can see, and I think MacGregor have done really well to provide for that kind of target market that don't want to burst the bank with a £400–500 driver that they may even replace in a few years' time. The MacGregor driver does look like a premium driver, it performs great, and for me, if I was a beginner trying to get into the golf game, it's the exact driver that I want to purchase for 2021. So for this brand battle, I think both drivers are winners because they're targeting different people and they're both exceptional performing clubs for their price bracket. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video today comparing the TaylorMade SIM2 driver against the MacGregor V-Foil Speed driver. Both different drivers in their own regard, but still pretty fun test. What do you guys think of the MacGregor V-Foil Speed driver? I'm going to do its own individual review very, very soon, so keep your eyes peeled on the Golfmagic social channels where I'll release that in the next few weeks. If you guys are new to the Golfmagic channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below to keep up to date with all of our golf videos, and I'll see you guys at the next one.